I've been seeing y'all. I said, man, they motivate me to sit back on the couch because I ain't gonna go outside and run nothing.
Hey, you don't even want to hear what we gotta do right after this. You don't even want to hear from
y'all tripping. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, because the run we got out here got both of us been second guessing it all week. Like,
what y'all running?
18.
Oh no. For what? No. Hey, I understand you still got to run yours. I don't know what Brandon running for. What are you running for?
That's true.
I gotta lead the best. I gotta do it. I don't got no reason to. Nobody holding me to the fire. Anything, I'm holding myself to the fire, man.
God, man, I applaud y'all, man. I applaud y'all. I can't do it.
That makes it more impressive. You know what I'm saying? Because Brandon really doesn't have any reason to do it. You know what he say? He say his reason is he just want to be part of the 1%. He said he just want to do what everybody else not doing.
You got it. Because I'm not doing it. You got it. 18 miles? No. It's a challenge to walk upstairs, and you talking about running? No.
It's a challenge, but I'm about to get out there now. I've been hydrating. I haven't even been trying to eat all day, trying to wait to do this run.
What the weather looking like? Y'all ain't got no mist up there? What's going on?
Nah, I mean,
no, it feel good.
It feel good, but it look like it's about to come down over here.
Yeah.
It's about to come down.
I'm going.
If I don't go, what you doing?
I ain't bought the ticket yet. If I don't do this run, I'm not buying the ticket.
Yeah, that's what we said. I bought the ticket right before this run because I'm saying I'm trying to force myself to do it. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to do this marathon, man.
And I don't want to let INQUIRES down, and I don't want to let, you know what I'm saying. I want to keep the uplifting peace and positivity going.
Yeah.
Keep up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. I got you, man. I sure do appreciate it. I look forward to listening to y'all because, man, it's motivation. I ain't there yet. My mind ain't there yet, but it's definitely motivation.
You know what's good about it?
My mind is not there.
It's cool because it's timeless. You ain't gotta do it today. You ain't gotta do it today, but whenever you feel like doing it, whenever you coming around and doing it, you know that you know what, them dudes, they just did it. They can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it comes to that, man, and it doesn't have to be running. I don't want nobody to get confused on thinking that it has to be running. Running is the way we're choosing to do it. It can literally be just waking up and stretching every morning.
Yeah.
Just trying to get in the routine of doing that. Running is how we're. Don't get confused. Whatever it is that your goal is, that's the way you go. You know what I'm saying? But after this marathon, I don't plan on continuing to run all of these miles. I want to continue running, but I don't plan on continuing running as many miles as we've been pushing. Like, cause this month is gonna be our second 100 mile month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I realized that, mind you, I've been sick. I only ran 13 times this month, and I'm at 80 miles. So that shows the wear that's been put in my body. Like, look,
I ain't know where I ain't check it. I should have checked it. I'm like 30 or something, maybe. I'm
down. Go on, check it.
Brandon, 30, you had 30 something, but guess what? Still 30 something I think you did less than 10 runs because you had the family incident, and then this week both was like really off this week. Yeah, like you did less than 10 runs. And so if you had 30 something, that's major. And less than 10.
You still ain't quitting either, man. You got it, man.
Exactly.
You own it.
It's it. But I'm gonna get it started. I ain't even do the intro. Man. What's going on, people? This is the INQUIRES. I'm Walt Mars. That's D Horns, and we got a special guest today. Unleashing peace and positivity.
We on deck. Keep up. We on deck. Keep up.
Yeah, I love it, yo. Keep up. What's up, man?
Man, nothing, man. You know, just staying on the daily grind, trying to inspire somebody, you know, on their journey. You know, everybody out here struggling with their own little thing. So we just trying to keep them positive and let them know they're not by themselves. You know, they still got to keep pushing. And if they need anything, you know what I'm saying, we always here. That's all, man. Just everyday grind on that.
That's, you know what, that's what I love about the message that you put out there, because really you control the way your day goes just by simply being positive. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what made you start pushing that message?
Man, so y'all, after I got out in like the peak of COVID, right? So in my mind, I'm getting out. I'm good. I'm about to be free. Y'all know the mindset of DD214.
Yeah.
Hey, I had that DD214 mindset, and it wasn't that, man. It wasn't that. It was rough. That paycheck stopped coming.
Yeah.
The benefits dropped.
Yeah.
My VA benefits didn't pick up till like 8-9 months later. So it's rough. Now everybody not working, so bills are piling up. You know, we live a certain lifestyle when we're in the military. We live that lifestyle. And we get out and try to maintain, but you can't. It's hard to maintain that lifestyle if you're not prepared, man. So I went through a rough patch, man, and it hit me hard, and it brought me to a place where I'd never seen myself. I've never known. I smiled, but I was struggling. And I decided to get help, and getting help, I started to feel a little bit better, started to think about things a different way. My therapist, who I give kudos to, introduced me to CBT. It's cognitive behavioral therapy, and it changes the way your mind thinks. And then after I started thinking better, I realized somebody else was going through something. We started talking, and I'm trying to be positive for them. And it's like, okay, now I got something. Then somebody else came, like, how you always positive? And I was like, man, this ain't easy, but you know. So I realized I became somebody looked at. Yeah. So I felt like I denied it for a while. I think God kept pushing me, hey, you need to do this. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah. That ain't, I'm not gonna do that. I don't even like people, you know? Like, I don't like people like that. And it's just something that kind of fell into my lap, honestly. It wasn't nothing that I planned. It was something that fell into my lap. Just reading and getting the information and wanting everybody to have that information, especially coming out of the military. We take TRS and all that stuff. But honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of us actually get help?
No, nobody. I didn't.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know anybody who did. You know what I mean? It's definitely a hard transition. You know what I mean? And you know, even when we started this podcast, and we was like, you know, hey guys, y'all gotta get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, we should do this with money, and you know, this would be great, and this would be that. We tell people all the time, we're not trying to come from no type of perspective of perfection, because it's hard for me too.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Most of this week, I didn't get up at 3. Or matter of fact, I got up at 3 and hit the alarm clock.
Lay back down, right?
You know what I mean? Like, but just the other day, I'm out at the football field, and one of the coaches was just like, man, you know, I don't got that military training. Like, you're just so disciplined. You know what I'm saying? You're always, looking for the right outlook. And I'm like, bruh, you see, maybe Candace might say something different. Yeah. You know what I mean? When I'm in here and I'm like, you know, whining. You know what I'm saying? Because to whine to everybody who is looking for me to be the leader, you know, or looking for me to always be the guy to go to. And I'm like, I'm just dumping on her. Like, yo, like, I don't know if I even really believe in myself like that. Like, who think, should I run 18 miles? What point do I have to run 18 miles for? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know. It's almost, to me, I feel like it's almost a compulsion. You know what I'm saying, to be positive, because if I just sit back and I don't do anything, or if I don't try to spread this message, you know what I mean, to be motivational or to be inspiring, I go crazy, man. I gotta give it to somebody. Sometimes I feel like God has like overflowed in my like life so much that I gotta give it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already pouring all in. And then what I do now I go from the cup. Now I gotta get a bowl. Now I gotta get a pool. You know what I'm saying? Because overflowing. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Cause listen, I love that. I'm glad that I can help people be inspired. I hope that it motivates our viewership. You know what I mean? Because I care about y'all. But it's hard for me too. You know what I'm saying? And when I do find a person who says like, yo, that inspires me, that makes it all worthwhile. You know what I mean? Doing these podcasts, doing the videos, that's cool. But when I meet somebody that's close to me who I didn't even notice was really watching me, and they like, yo, man, that was it. That was the message right there. That make it all worthwhile. And I'm gonna keep doing it, man. I'm a vessel. I'm sorry. I'm doing time. Go ahead, Marge. Go ahead, Tink. Say something.
Nah, that's it. That's it right there. We just a vessel. Like, you know what I'm saying? So many people do look for another person to be this perfect example. And if you're being that person, it weighs on you. So I remember the video I seen when you was talking about people that struggling with thoughts of suicide and stuff like that. I thought I would never witness it, and I witnessed it with one of the strongest people that I know, and then to find out that you have a similar story to one of the strongest people that I know, that I for sure unload on.
Right.
I for sure unload on, and it gets you. It just got me start thinking like, oh, we all struggle and we all fall short. Yeah. We all fall short, and it's like only thing that we can control, that we have the control of, is the outlook of how we look at it. We don't have control over somebody. Remember, not even too long ago, a couple months ago, Brandon, remember? You got hit, you got in the accident, right? You know, the thing started unfolding, and it's like, bro, we can't control none of that. You know what I'm saying? But we can have that attitude of gratitude, and we can have that I'm going to remain positive no matter what. It was crazy.
It was hard to get mad, right? It was hard to get mad when you like can just be conscious of like what you really had, and like, you know, in where my life is right now. Even when I got hit, I was upset because it happened, but I couldn't even be mad the way I wanted to be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, oh, but it didn't stop. It didn't stop my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know. Yeah, because it could have been worse. You know. Yeah.
It could have been worse. It could have absolutely been worse. And I mean, I feel like that lesson is a constant lesson that like we keep teaching, because somebody just recently like stole some jabroni. Stole my freaking plate off the back of my car, right? And like my wife is like, you know, it's Candace P is like, oh no, what are we gonna do? How, you know, now we got the cameras, you know what I'm saying? And I say, yo, just calm down. You know what? We got a whole fleet. You worried about one car? We got a whole fleet of cars.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to moonwalk on this shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I saw it. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let it flow. Go ahead. I'm with you though.
I ain't trying to moonwalk on y'all. You know what I mean?
I'm with you though.
Guy, all right. But one pony don't stop a show.
Exactly.
And you know, I was like, all right. I was like, Candace, just calm down. And that's much of the fact with life. Is that, yo, this is so perfect. I was telling one of the coaches, I said, man, listen, you worried about who didn't show up. And Abraham wasn't worried about the sacrifice not showing up. He said, I'm gonna work with what I got. And all I got is kids. And if that's what God want me to do, then that's what it's going to do, because I believe God know the best plan for me so much that he going to take what I got and he going to provide more.
Man, you preaching on this Sunday. You better stop preaching, man. You better stop preaching, man.
It's going to be there. But guess what? He wouldn't have, had he not taken the journey,
right?
He would have never seen the ram in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Had he never left and took the journey thinking I gotta kill what's precious to me, that I didn't even think was going to even be available to me. I'm an old man.
Exactly.
I'm not supposed to have this kid. And now you want me to kill him? And I'm working so hard, but had I not left my property, had I not left my home, I wouldn't have known that there was a ram waiting for me. All I can do, like how we try to talk on this joint, yo, all I can do is work with what I have. That's all I have.
Right. Man, yo, I feel it, man. Man, listen, I'm getting hot. Listen, I'm getting hot and stuff, man. Like, golly, man, this man preaching. I feel like I'm sitting in church. I like it. The passion, man. I love that passion. I love it. That's one thing that I do like about you guys, too. You guys are open and you're honest and you actually speak. You know what I'm saying? You're not shy to say what you got to say. You know, you're not worried about, not say offending anybody, but not worried about hurting anybody's feelings, because it's something that needs to be said. Even if it's a negative thing, the person that's hearing it, if they think it's negative, they probably needed to hear it.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to tell them. They got those yes men right beside them. They're not getting the truth. So I love that y'all are so raw and unfiltered. I love that. And y'all bring God in it too. And that's amazing. That is amazing. That is awesome. Two young kings. I love it.
And sometimes Brandon's message comes off a little bit strong. You know what I like that? You know what I like that Brandon do? When he doing his preaching, and then you can tell that he's being a real human being with the word you choose to use.
Yo, I love it though. It's not filtered and it's not scripted, man. It just comes, and that's because we're human, you know what I'm saying? Any viewer that you got watching your podcast, you want them to know that you're human.
Yeah.
And that you have emotions just like they do. And the passion that you feel, even when you said that you go through the things at home and you unload on Candace, to know that, you know what I'm saying? That just lets everybody know that, hey, he does it. Why am I holding my emotions inside? To hear that from a man, a black man, you don't understand how powerful that is.
Yeah.
That is so powerful to hear you guys talk from the standpoint of being men. Not only being men, but being of the brown persuasion. That is so powerful. That's why I love to watch y'all, and I want to keep y'all. I hope y'all keep going, because we need more representation like us, man.
We are literally 2 years. 2 years. This 2 years strong. You know what I mean? And one thing that we talked from the beginning, from Jump Street, we said, I don't want to do nothing else but stay consistent.
Yeah.
I don't care about how many people watching, because what I said earlier, what we talk about is really timeless. Like, it's going to apply to us.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, it's going to apply to us next year. It's going to apply to us 10 years from now. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's one person watching or 1 million people watching, man. Like, it really is the raw, real deal. And guess what? And in the raw, real deal, sometimes we're wrong.
Yeah. You know, that's okay.
Sometimes we're wrong. There's literally a perspective that changed of Brandon. Y'all can go back to episode chapter 2, maybe. And literally a perspective of Brandon's changed that I've been wanting to bring this up to show how real it is. It changed because he went from the accountability thing that I'm talking about. He went from the accountability to we were in an argument saying that, you're responsible for all of this, the accountability check, the accountability this, that, and other, blah, 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 blah. And Brandon was like, nah, sometimes it's just not your fault.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Which is true. But then later on in the episodes, you see Brandon say, you know what? But you were in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were in charge. So although it was Henry's fault who didn't show up, you leader, you appointed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? Little things like that, man. And there's plenty of examples like that with me. I know I mess up and change my mind every other day.
It's part of life. That's a part of life, man. That's the cycle of life, though.
Every day, the days feel the same, but every day ain't the same day.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even in the example that you just gave, some things are going to be applicable to that, and then other things won't be. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you could be like, yo, no, seriously, this shit ain't my fault, really. You know what I'm saying? To do with that, seriously, right? You know what I'm saying? We watching I Am a Stalker on Netflix, right? Yo, that like some stuff you just don't know who you dealing with.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how it is. And other times, again, I understand extreme ownership as well, and taking that leadership stance and say, yo, no, everything falls on me. It's different nuances with things, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think that it's important for like us and our viewers to like not be extremists, you know what I mean? And be like, oh, something has to be this way. It has to be.
Because there's no definite hard yeses and hard no's.
Exactly.
And when you actually do accept that there's no definite hard yes and hard no's, then you actually start being able to see another perspective or see another way to skin that cat. You know what I'm saying? I have to use scissors because my homegirl got clippers.
Yeah.
My homegirl got clippers. I only have scissors, but guess what? My homegirl, hey, you know what I mean? Like there is no hard yeses and hard no's. That's good.
Hey, you just brought up a good thing. You brought up something like resources. You didn't even know. You didn't even realize it. You got resources out to the left, to the right. You know what I'm saying? We got to use each other more, man. Like not using in a bad way, but use each other as a resource. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man. We all about lifting everybody else up. Why don't we take that and lift each other up? That's like one of the biggest things I say. We have so much compassion and all this other stuff for everybody else. Why not use that for ourselves and for the people that are closest to us? It's so easy for us to do that outside, but why can't we have the resources? Like y'all, my brothers, known y'all for years. Why can't we use each other as resources?
Yeah.
But I'll go seek out Joe Smo that I've never met before to ask him for something when y'all probably got the same information. I just won't come your way.
Yeah.
Resources.
I feel like that'd be kind of like, it's one of those things where people don't, you know, people feel funny about people they know. We had a whole argument. And you be like, you know, I thought, why you don't support me? But whatever, I ain't gonna go there.
You know what? I would never understand why people don't look inward first and then go outward. I would never understand it because me, I don't care what. Oh, come on, this is it. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how much it whatever. If I'm keeping it inside. You got to think, if my homeboy owned a coffee shop, you know what I'm saying? If my homeboy owned a coffee shop and Starbucks is right next door, I'm going to my homeboy.
Yeah, I'm driving all the way over there. Yeah,
I'm going to my homeboy. If I'm, and same thing. If my boy does a podcast, right? And I have something that I want to promote, I'm not trying to get on the radio station first. Not saying that I'm not trying to get on the radio station, but I'm not trying to get on the radio station first. Why? Because I want to, you know, I'm bigging up my people. I'm bigging up the people that's right there. And so same goes with, like, my son got to go to the dentist, right? There's a girl that's here in Virginia that I met back as corporal marshal in my Hampton days. You know what I mean? Back when we used to go to Hampton every weekend. But anyway, she just became a dentist, and she's here in.
Look at that.
You know, the first question I asked was like, where do you practice? Like, where did you know what I'm saying? Why? Because my son needs to go to the dentist. I would rather take him there. Why? Because it gives you practice. It advances you a little bit. And guess what? You're in my pocket now. I know I got a lawyer now. You know what I'm saying? I got a lawyer.
Hey.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. I love that, man.
Because you have to. These are the things that they say that you need, right? I'm not going to somebody else gets it. Hey, look, I know who law. I know somebody that practices this law. Let me call them first.
Yeah.
Let me reach out to them first, because they just for having that soft tie or even hard tie, if it's like family or something like that, just by having that tie, they're going to put a little bit more interest into me.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, man. Resources I use everybody, and I tell and my stepmother told me one time. My mother, Mama Linda, told me one time. She was like, "Oh, you don't want somebody to use you. You don't want to be used." Like, far as used for relationships, she was talking about.
Right.
Because, you know, people think that it doesn't apply to relationships.
Yeah.
That it doesn't apply to a relationship. Oh, you don't want. They just going to use you for this. And you know what I told her? I said, well, my favorite artist is Bill Withers, and I want her to keep on using me until she uses me. I want them to use me. I said, I also said this: if I gotta be the step that leads to their platform, that's not stopping me from doing what I gotta do.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna be the step. That doesn't mean that I don't go higher, because there's a thing called escalators. Ooh, come on.
Ooh. Keep giving it.
I can't go, because there's a thing called escalators. Like, I can be your step to get you to your platform.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm still rising. I'm still gonna rise forever.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know what I think, man? You know, it's this book that I read. I'm trying to say it the right way, but I think one of the most like effective ways to help people is to serve them. Right?
Yeah.
Dang, we're talking about we hit a lot.
The best servant to people, right? That's the way to really you know what I mean? And my ego don't like doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's your human nature. That's your human nature.
Your ego want to be served.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the best thing that, you know, what I would like for listeners to take away is that the best thing to really get to affect people, to influence people, is that you got to be willing to serve them, right? Because but King of Kings, he didn't come to be the master of everybody, he came to serve.
Exactly.
Right? So whatever.
Bro.
You can
keep it.
I think that's I mean, I don't know. That's how people come to me and they say, "Oh man, that's that." I don't know. I can't say all the accolades, right? But serve people, like hold the door. You know what I'm saying? And you just never things turn around. You know, you end up going to the counter. That's the person that worked there. You just never know. It just always works like that for me. But
that serve, but you don't have to be loud about your service. Don't be like, I hate seeing these videos, they recording themselves doing something for somebody. I hate that.
Yeah.
You can serve somebody and not broadcast your service. Yeah. Because the person that really needs to know already knows that you help. That's not something that needs to happen. Yeah, exactly.
Just like your homegirl, Brandon Tavia. You know what I'm saying? She feeding the homeless every year. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when I met her, you know what I mean, and I didn't know she was doing all these great things and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, she's going to go feed the homeless tomorrow." And I'm like, my first question was like, "Oh, but where is that? Where's the flight?" That's mine is used to.
Yeah, that mindset.
Oh, where's the what flyer? What you talking about? Nah,
they know it down there.
They know
exactly.
Got a whole laid out. Hey, what else you need? Here's the keys to be like, yo, like you really moving and shaking. People don't know how that. I think that people really, they always try to branch out because they don't understand how influence works.
Yeah.
You got to start with what is around you. I can't. How am I going to influence 1 million people if I can't get my dog to take the trash out? No. If I can't,
I was like, wait a minute.
If I can't get Graham to clean the room,
Exactly, yeah.
right? How am I gonna get somebody to clean up their life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't talk to my dad about not smoking, you know what I'm saying? How can I try to influence myself or the world? You know what I mean? It just, you gotta do stuff at home first. You gotta take care of your own house.
You just gave me something.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm about to spin this real quick because you brought it up. You was talking about your dad, and then you said something about Graham.
Yeah.
Now, you say how can you talk to your dad about not smoking,
right?
And he's still, you know what I'm saying? So, is Graham allowed to come to you and talk to you about how he feels?
Yeah.
Were you allowed to go to your dad and talk to your dad about how you felt?
I mean, I guess I could. He might be like, get out of my face about what you're talking about. Yeah.
But can you do that now?
Yeah.
But growing up, you couldn't do that?
No, not really. No, I guess not.
What about you, Guap? Could you?
I can go to my father about anything now. It's only because I don't want to be too late. You know what I mean? And say anything. But growing up, I didn't feel like I can go to him. I didn't feel like he wanted to. And honestly, I didn't feel like he wanted to know growing up. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because now that I'm thinking about it, I ain't gonna tell up. But now but now that I'm thinking about it, like, I never really went to him growing up.
I never went to your mom.
I went to my mother for everything because we used to call my mother 2-day service. Okay, me and my brother call my mother 2-day service because my mother, within 2 days, it was in my possession. You know what? But on that same head, like, I didn't ask for much. I was really a simple child. As far as, like, I just wanted to get in trouble and that's it. You know, I just wanted to get in trouble.
Can your boys come talk to you about anything?
Me and my boys talk about everything, man. We talk about everything. I ask the hard questions. You know what I'm saying? I ask the hard questions, and then I'm there. And then I'm there. I really want to know how their day went. You know, I really want them to tell me the thing that they think they don't. You're not gonna get in trouble with anything that you tell me. Literally, what I tell them. Anything that you tell me, you're not getting in trouble. You tell me you punched the teacher in her face. Real talk. If you tell me that you punched the teacher in her face, you're in trouble. Yeah. The moment that I hear from somebody, and don't tell me when they calling me. Don't tell me calling me when they call me, because then I'm gonna have to punish you. But if you tell me that I got upset, I wasn't thinking, I punched the teacher in the face.
And that's amazing that you're like that with your kids.
Man, I have to be, because I feel like I don't want them to think that they gotta hide anything from me, because I felt like I had to hide things from my dad to make it seem like everything was cool. Like and you know what? That's what grew the relationship between me and my second mother, my stepmother. You know what I'm saying? That's what grew our relationship, because it was like, I'm not about to go to my dad for this. Like, you know what I mean? But me and her start talking about everything. And you know what she taught me is, you just need to write things down. Just write everything down. And that's when I started doing the poetry. I started doing the poetry because she told me you need to write it down. Write it down and express yourself.
You had the outlet,
Yep, straight up. And I think that helped me. I never had the birds and the bees talk, but I wrote it down as poetry. I didn't have that talk.
You figure it out, you know what I'm saying? What's you gonna?
Y'all just figured it out,
You know what I'm saying?
out, man. I was the guy looking at the back of the condoms, trying to read.
Oh, you was Wet Dreams by what's his face, wasn't it? It was the whole song, right?
That big old Wet Dreams hit home.
That's crazy.
But that's crazy. But to answer your question, I keep the door open for the kid, like for the kids to say whatever they want, because I know in our community we might not have had the most approachable parents.
Yeah.
You know, and I know for a fact that the ones that have that open communication, those are the ones that tend to do better when it comes to like their or not being too overwhelmed. Why? Because I can put it on mom and dad, and they probably have some type of solution. And that's what I'm trying to prevent, man. I don't know if it's right.
That's right. You always want to keep that open door policy, because it's like, if you look at, I've said it on plenty of messages before, like the second leading cause in children today is suicide. Mm-hmm. And it's because they felt like they couldn't go, they had nobody to talk to. But if you open that door as a parent, you know what I'm saying, especially a male parent, because I don't know what it is about males and y'all having to have this tough mentality that you can't express yourself, or you can't have feelings, you can't, what's the one? You better not cry, you better suck it up.
Oh yeah,
That right there?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that, but you got kids out here that are still struggling with that. And it would be like, for us being the generation that we are in right now, to change that, because we went through it.
Yeah.
So why aren't we changing that stick? Why aren't we changing that? That's my question. Like, why aren't we changing it?
When it comes to crying, okay? Oh, come on. I might get backlash from this one, but when it comes to crying, I tell G and Zach, especially, if you need to cry, you can come to me and we can go to your space.
Yeah.
Your space. I do not want them crying in public, because what I think about when I see someone crying in public is that they have nobody. Mm-hmm. They have nobody to go to and this, that, and other. You, my friend, G, Zach, Grace, right? Y'all have me to come to. Mm-hmm. Y'all have your money. Come in the house. Let's go. Y'all, you can cry here. You're not about to be sitting here walking around crying everywhere. And I don't know if that's right. But
that's work. That works. And if it's you got that communication too with your kids to have that conversation. Like, is this conducive to you? Not, what I'm saying, is this helping you?
Nope.
Because I want to do what helps you get your emotions out. Because I'd be damned if you go to the school and shoot up little Johnny because little Johnny made you mad and you felt like you couldn't talk to him.
That's a fact.
So if they can come home and soothe with the parent in their safe space.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I say you're doing it.
Yeah.
But as men, what's up with y'all brothers?
So like, I'm a man who like don't do that, who don't cry like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that a lot of people, they like, it's so insecure and like they're like failures. Is that like you kind of put out or project like a certain image that's really not the image. You know what I'm saying? I think like you kind of project that image that what you perceive for a man to be like versus what a man is. Does that make sense? Right?
Yeah, but who defined this image? Like, where did this come from?
I think Boys in the Hood defined the image, right? Juice defined it. Real shit, right? Because I think the media pushed off what you think a black man's supposed to be like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And especially in the generation that we grew up in, that wasn't so inclusive. And if you seen a brother on TV, it was in a negative light. He was a gangster, or you know what I'm saying, or drugs, or some type of thug, right? And I think that when I see men who don't really like know how to control their emotions, you know what I'm saying, or know how to really check themselves or be receptive to the emotions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's mainly because of this act, right? To say, well, men don't act like this. You know what I mean? Men don't cry. You know what I'm saying?
Never take your defense off.
What's that?
You put your mask on and you never take your defense off.
Yeah.
That's literally the standard that society have made for the man. So I got in an argument with somebody on social media about crying in front of their spouse. Now it's specifically their spouse. You know, it wasn't just crying in front of people. It specifically said spouse. And my argument was just like, if I can't be vulnerable in front of the woman that I chose, or the person that I chose, if I can't be vulnerable in front of the person that I chose, then who can I be vulnerable in front of?
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was my argument. It was like this. Oh no, that's a sign of a weak man. And they said they'll leave you. Look, I'm telling you, it wasn't just the one person. It's a lot of women.
Let me get that came from women too, right?
Yeah, that you said.
I said, if my man showed me that he crying, I'ma leave. Whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm really gonna search for this post so I can post it, so y'all can see the exchange.
That's crazy.
If my man crying in front of me, I'm telling you, I'm gone. And it's crazy. It's like this. Like, matter of fact, transparency here. Me and my wife. Like I literally have this conversation with Brianna all the time. It's like, if we can't be vulnerable, but it's the other way. It's Brianna that it's crazy. It's Brianna that feels that she can't be vulnerable in our space. If you can't be vulnerable with me, then who can you be vulnerable?
Right.
It's not even me. You know what I'm saying? Because me, like, I remember when my grandfather died, that was tears immediately. You know what I'm saying? That was like, I remember when my nephew died, that was tears immediately. Those things were like, those were really emotional. That happened within 2 days of each other. First and the second. Well, my nephew got in the coma on the second. He was officially dead on the 4th. But that was within 2 days of each other. You know what I'm saying? So you want to tell me that you want me to be strong and not vulnerable? Yeah. Come on, you asking for too much. And I'm the guy that don't cry at the funeral. So you tell me you hit me back to back like that? What you talking about?
Yeah.
You know. But I had, like I said, I had a conversation with Brianna all the time. And when we going through, I'm like this, Brianna, it's okay for you to be soft for me.
Yeah.
I'm here. It's okay for you to be soft for me. For the one that we chose to do this, we did our vows before God. We made. You can be soft for me.
Yeah.
I'll protect you from the world. Ooh, come on. I'll protect you.
Say it.
I'll protect you from the world. You could be soft for me.
Yeah, somebody need to hear it.
It's okay. And just like this. And I could be soft for you. Because the same way I'm protecting you from the world, my back is turned. I could be soft for you, boom, while I'm protecting.
You watching. Yeah.
And a lot of
so thinking about that, you said it was Brianna's side. So you have a daughter.
Yeah.
And like you were just saying, if the woman nowadays is saying, if a man cry in front of me, I'ma leave.
Yeah.
How are you handling that with Grace? Are you letting her know that it's okay for guys to be emotional? I know she's young, but this is like future thinking for you.
She fully understands. Grace seen me cry. Grace seen me cry 2 times. And when I tell you that Grace, she was very young. That's when my grandfather and them died. So she didn't understand what was going on, right? And the second time, I cried. I cried when I had to. I'm tired of spanking my son. I was spanking him. And I was tired of it. Like, I was done with it because I'm not spanking this boy. You know, I'm not spanking this boy for. You know what I'm saying? What am I spanking him for? To be a child? Because I really was spanking him. I really was spanking him for things that he doing just being a child. For his adolescence, I'm spanking him. And I was doing it like, and I really, I had to catch myself because I'm like, what am I doing? And I got really, I don't know what was up with that day. I don't know if the earth wasn't spinning correctly that day, but it got me really emotional. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I feel like through that, I feel like G developed empathy. I feel like he developed by me. What's that? He since I've done that, I think he messed up like the next day, but that next day was like the wake up call. He has not messed up or been in trouble in school since I'm like, yo, I said, gee, I'm not hitting you no more, man.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm just spanking you just to spank you, man. Like I really care.
It just make you feel better.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It make you feel more justified. You know what I mean? Because you unleashing your frustration, and it's not fair to them. You know what I'm saying?
And also, that was something we were taught.
Yeah, that's what
we were taught.
That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
Because I'm not mad. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at you doing the same exact thing that I did.
Yeah, like, man, I got trying to beat you.
I'm not mad at you doing the same thing I did. But for real, I got really, really emotional, like, with that. And Grace, and when we were talking about Grace seeing me do that, Grace was like, and Grace was hand on my shoulder. It was telling G, G, you gotta act right, okay?
You the last one going through beatings. You took this one like a pro. You took this one with stride.
I appreciate you bringing the sacrifice, bro.
Great excited. G was the sacrificial lamb. Look, you know he ain't gonna tell. I'm the princess.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, here we go. But nah. But she saw me get emotional, man. And I when it's one thing I refuse to get emotional about, though, in front of the kid, I refuse to get emotional about being overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I do not get emotional about.
Why is that?
I don't get emotional because I don't want them to think that they solve their problems when it comes to a problem. Mm-hmm. By being emotional, because it clouds your judgment. It clouds your way of thinking about the next step. When you're overwhelmed, if you replace that emotion with the thinking part, the critical thinking part, like how to get out of it, then it's not enough room. That emotion is going to take up too much room, and you know what I'm saying. And you're not going to be able to think clearly. You're not going to be able to think clearly, especially when you're overwhelmed. So I tell them, like, if it feels like it's too much, they can step back. It feel like even homework, whatever overwhelms kids these days, just homework and what?
They friend not talking to them at school. They get picked at the
your friend
recess.
Your friend said you don't want to be friends. Take a step back. Step back and just chill for a second. They're going to come back around. They're going to come back around because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're back around because of who you are. And if they don't come back around, guess what? Good riddance. Forget them kids.
You don't need no friends.
And you know, I tell them that y'all have friends. Y'all have class.
I let the kids stay around. Like only my youngest son live with us, and when typically, like if me and Candace get into an argument or whatever like that, she'd be like in front of the in front of Grand. I don't give a damn. Pull up a seat. All right? Because I'm like, listen, because when he get in an argument with his wife, he gonna see how to handle this. I'm gonna show you how to handle it right here. Right?
Yeah.
Do I always handle it the best? No. Right? But you know, I'm humble enough to say, yeah, I'm imperfect, man. Whatever. You know what I mean?
At very least, I don't let them stay too close around, but I will. I'm not gonna prevent argument because the kids are around.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, don't care. But I'm not gonna prevent the argument because the kids are around. I will let it naturally come up, because what they're gonna see from me is they're gonna see I'm not striking their mother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting there pushing, trying to boss up on them. Mm-hmm. They're gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that my kids know, they will call out whether they're speaking or not. And I will still, hey, watch your place. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to comment on that, because Zach and G for sure will be like, they question either one of us, like, oh, whoa, why are you talking to her like that? Oh, Grace would say, "Hey, why you talking to mommy like that?" And Zach and G, they would say, "Hey, why you talking to daddy like that? You don't need to talk to daddy like that."
Yeah.
Like they're corrected. And like honestly, the kids, it is not a burden that should be on their shoulder. But the kids are regulate an argument for you for real.
Little referees.
They're like that. Whoa, you talking to mom? What you talking to?
I don't want no ref. I don't want no commentator. You just sit back. You walk away on yourself. Because once you say something, it's changing and it's going right to you. Yeah. Me are no longer arguing. Now
so, but you know, both of y'all could be the tip top of petty though. You and this Candace Speak, y'all could be tip top petty.
But listen, I lose every argument. You understand?
Yeah.
Hey, she gonna win.
Look,
she gonna win.
I'm no longer in the business of trying to win argument. I go to the point where, and I'm trying to go with the flow thing we were just talking about this week actually.
Yeah.
Brandon brought up hey, we got to try to go with the flow because it's hard. It's hard to go with the flow when you know how things should be, or you know how you want things to be.
Yeah.
You know,
from yourself.
Yeah, so like it's very hard to go with the flow, but I'm focused on trying to practice that go with the flow thing. Cause since you brought it up, I'm like, yo, that is really hard for me. Why is it so hard to go with the flow? Why is it so hard for me to just?
Because you're so programmed into thinking that it's got to be your way. It's got to be your way.
That's it.
It ain't always got to be your way. Just let things ride.
Yeah.
Like I can't even get, like you said, I don't get mad at stuff no more. I'm just like, okay, what can I do now? This didn't happen. Now what's the next step? I hate if you ask my wife, she'll tell you. Like we don't argue. I don't argue because if she's mad about something, it's like, okay. She's like, well, why are you not mad? But for what? Like, what's the next step? We already know this happened. I can't fix what happened. Like, what do we need to do now? Like, I got it. Like she backed into the garage the other day, and she said she called. She said, I backed into the garage. I said, okay. So who do we need to call? But you don't understand. I backed into the. It's almost like she felt like I was ignoring her feelings or whatever she's going. I wasn't. I can't fix that now. But what do you want me to do? I can be your vent person.
Yeah.
At the same time, how do we go forward? Like what do we need to do now?
Look, I'm telling you, they want a little bit of confrontation. So what you should have been like that. Dry.
Yeah.
Look, the little confrontation just to show that you care a little bit. And that's why you can't try. But who do we go?
That's draining, man. That's mentally draining. Nobody got time for that. Then if I take it too far, now it's my fault. Now we in a whole World War III because I took it just a little too far.
Yeah.
Come on. You can't drive. You need to go back to New York where they drive. Like, see, because I ain't going to just stop it. You just can't drive. I'm going to keep going.
You can't drive because it was how you was raised.
I've been driving since I was 9. You just started driving at 20. Yeah. You don't even need your license. What are you doing?
Yeah, your papa can't drive. Whoa, wait a minute. Why you saying that? That's it. That's the problem. But straight up,
it's
you know what I'm saying?
That thinking, man. That's that thinking. We gotta frame how we think. Think with a rational mind.
Yeah.
Think with a rational mind. Rationalize our thoughts.
Yo, it's completely draining. Yes, we need to rationalize our thoughts. And Brandon, you got anything else?
Man, this is awesome, man. Hey, listen.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Yes,
hey, y'all awesome, man. I can talk to y'all all day.
This can't be the last time.
No. We gotta get back together again.
No, I can talk to y'all all day, man.
The thing is, I'm over here thinking of ways to put in segments for unleashing peace and positivity.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm all here, brother. I'm all here.
Hold up. Time out. That definitely can happen. Like I love it. I love it, man.
I'm with it, bro.
It goes right along with what we're trying to, just get to somebody, even if it's that one person. To get to,
it's gonna reach who's gonna reach.
Just to get to somebody, man. That positive thing is staying positive, and like we spoke about today, reaching out, using your resources. You know what I'm saying? That's something those things are so overlooked in our community.
Yes.
And our community is to include the military. So not only the black people.
You're right.
Military, I think that they 7 feet tall and bulletproof.
Say that again.
That's good. They got 7 feet tall and bulletproof.
Exactly.
And these brothers, my sisters, who've been programmed in their mind to say that I'm too tough. Vulnerable.
They in that utopia, man. They in that little utopia.
Like, you know what? This why I always chose Ja Rule over 50 Cent. Ja Rule saved wash away your tears, my love. You ain't got
Hey.
Look. www.theenchiridionteam.com. Go ahead and get your merch. Go ahead and follow us, like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, INQUIRES Team on Twitter. INQUIRES Fit. You type in INQUIRES. If you type in INQUIRES on Instagram, we gonna show up.
Is it INQUIRES?
Just type in INQUIRES. Just try it right now. We changed it to do that. We just changed it to do that because a lot of people can't be, don't want to spell out the INQUIRES Team. We know it's long. Type in ENKI, and guess what you're gonna find? Us.
Yes.
And you'll see the flame in the background and Brandon headshot on the picture. And even in that picture, we should be looking like this.
That's it.
trying to we trying to stay tough. That's it. We trying to the image that y'all want to see anyway, which is this tough man that don't break.
Yeah.
That's us.
Hey. Hey.
Straight up, look. Remember 5 things. Ready? Here we go. Pray daily, every day, man. Pray and give thanks. Read daily, y'all. Try to read something. I don't care how much you read. Write often, start early, and remember, it's unleash your peace and positivity.
Hey.
It's not forever.
That's
Holla.
it. I like that. That's dope.